Guys, it's the end of the year. 2024 has almost passed. Some things may have happened to you. You may have been successful, but you may also be bitter. And if you are bitter and you still want to have success in your chosen profession, in money, in life, then you need to see this video and you need to do this one thing to adjust your current mindset. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in hell forever. Check it out.
Storm.
So guys, I had a little situation happen to me. A couple situations happened to me at once. But sort of with other things going around and people that I know, it left me thinking strategically about my next steps, what I have to do with my life. And just thinking about the whole year, I think it would be relevant to you. So first off, I'll drop it aside here. You know, I saw a guy in my life, very successful guy, basically posting about a female issue that he had, how some girlfriend that he had screwed him over. It reminded me a lot of situations in my past, including a very recent situation where, you know, I brought somebody on the team. There was a little bit of a personal relationship. I was helping them out. You know, then there was some hacking of my account, some basically revenge stuff going on, basically crazy bitch wanted to destroy me. And, you know, at first I wanted to record a video talking about strategies, how to respond to this type of provocation, you know, how to not let a woman not respect you, don't be nice to women, all the sort of classic red pill advice. But what I'm realizing is that you've got to look at life as a whole sort of 360-degree vision. And this sort of bitter, you know, rage bait type content, while it is true, act in childish ways certain times, they do dumb things. And it can happen repeatedly over and over again. Even like if you're a rich billionaire like this guy.
Grab him by the pussy.
And it's not a fair world. There's not appreciation. But you really just can't let that stuff pervade in your head, because from a whole life perspective, there really are things you can do to improve your life and make it better. And if you live in this sort of bitter world, even if it's true, but you're fixated on things you can't change so much, you could be in major trouble. And it might not work out for you in the long term. So just think about it like this. There are shitty ways that people act. There are shitty things that happen to people, bad binds, where you're nice to people. They take advantage of your niceness. And you could spend your life thinking about how to avoid these situations, how to get people not to screw you over. You know, you could even go to where I've gone, which is how do I get revenge? How do I deter these things from happening? And then it becomes a question of, you know, where do you actually focus your time? And I think for most of you guys, to go to that bitter point and really want to plan out your future actions and make sure this cannot happen again, it's not a wise usage of your time and energy. In fact, I think it's much better if you accept the things you can't change, accept that women will act like women, and then you reserve to be good in spite of it, and actually make things happen. Guys, listen, one Chris Hansen here. It's cold night in New York. We're going to be going out, demonstrating some pickup techniques. We're going to show you guys how you have to get it done. What was I even saying?
Like, okay. Like, actually, genuinely, tell me the scenario where you took her and her family to dinner. I'm actually genuinely interested.
When I took her and her family to dinner? Okay, yeah, well, actually, dude, this was weird because basically...
Just her or like your whole staff at that point?
No, this was just her.
And her family?
Yeah, so her family came to Miami. Her family came to Miami. This is where I was like, so number one, I interviewed the chick. I figured she was not the most intelligent person that I've ever spoken to.
That's fair.
What's that? That's not fair?
Don't be
Okay. I talked to her. She came in for an interview, and I was basically like, she's pretty hot. She was hotter than the last 3 interviews. And then I was like, I basically that was an auto hire for me at that point. Now, she dressed pretty conservatively at the office. Okay. She, you know, wore some like long sleeve shirts. You know what I'm saying?
What did we learn about
but she had a big pair of titties. Huge pair of titties.
Let's take it back to like a business aspect. What does that hire do for you?
What does that hire do for you? It raises your testosterone by about 20%.
But like maybe like hiring advice. Maybe don't hire people you want to bang.
Don't hire people you want to bang.
I think. Okay.
Unless if the entertainment value of having them is greater than that, how much it's going to cost you.
Tax write-off?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. You gotta.
Tax deductible.
At the time, I would say it was worth it for me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to go to the office and just look at Dan Benitez's face. I wanted to see a nice pair of titties. And it accomplished that for me. And some of the clients like that. Okay?
It is a selling factor.
It is a selling factor. But ultimately, I had to take her parents out to dinner.
But why?
I don't know, dude. She was like,
love, or?
We were professing love. It was really weird.
Or were her parents like, hey, we would love to meet your boss to see that you're actually working and not like
Yo.
being sexually trafficked?
Well, I don't know, dude. Yeah, being sexually harassed on a daily basis. Yeah, well, her parents came in. She's like, my parents are coming in. They want to come to the office. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. Bring them to the office. And so she brings the office. She had a younger sister. And then...
She brings her sister to the office.
And her parents, yeah. And like they're hanging out in the office. And I'm like, it was just me there. And I'm like, yo, you know. I'm talking to her. We're chatting her up.
Were there other employees there at the time?
Not at the point. This was like at 5:30 or something. And in Miami, the employees leave at 5 p.m. Okay? Or 4:45. Okay? So... dude, yeah, she comes in with the parents, and then I'm like, I can't remember who suggested it, but all of a sudden I'm at Casa Tua with her parents, like talking about her childhood. I was talking about her childhood. They were like asking me questions about her and like inside jokes and stuff. And I was like, what the fuck? What's going on here?
So how did it go?
It was very romantic, dude. It was very romantic, dude, honestly.
And then what? What transpired from that?
And then, but I was in this like dating thing where you pay like $1,000 per date, and so I ended up dating this other chick.
Okay.
But case the renting issues. I had my barber come and case the renting issues. I said,
Like a witness.
you got to get the fuck, yeah, like a witness, like so she couldn't say some shit happened. So I always have with me, I always have that type of situation where they're banging in the bathroom. Like if I'm gonna date them, there's gonna be that type of understanding. That's the type. You guys in front of me right now, bro? What would you say was like? Back from Bogota?
Only the best.
Only the best. But you like the skinny chicks, huh? Yeah.
I don't discriminate.
No, you don't discriminate? Fuck yeah. Do bachelor parties? You live here, bro? You fucking live. It's like we walked to the side of the street over here. It's like,
You lived at Platinum Dolls.
yeah. This is the toy factory or whatever the fuck it is. The strip club is the hardest to get into with the camera. I'll give you guys weed on the next shoot. Well. Dude, buy the AirPods right now. That's Nigerian AirPods, baby.
If I put one in my ear, electrocuting.
That's straight out of Nigeria.
I'd love to go to like.
Oh yeah, dude, it's a big market for startups, for recruiters. Yeah, it's like bumping recently. Dude, Marco's fucking neighbor. Marco's day job is being Spider-Man. Yeah.
I own a bar and then
Yeah. Dude, you should do a YouTube video robbing people in Times Square. See how easy it is. Should you kiss pavement? Kiss pavement?
I'm telling you before I walk every day. It's actually like you get used to it, but it makes me remember like it's not that bad.
Dude, if you're trying to bang a girl who's not from New York, you bring them to Times Square. It confuses them right away, and then all of a sudden you just walk in a hotel.
It's over.
Yeah.
You walk into the hotel from here.
You're just walking Intercontinental right over there, dude.
100%. For sure.
$2 right that way, Intercontinental, you can go sit at the bar. That's a fucking high IQ move, dude. You bring them in, they're like looking around, there's a bunch of Korean people taking pictures of them. It's a badass move.
Hi, George, tonight.
Dude, you got any good funny questions for me?
Do you want me to be?
Do you have an idea?
Do you want me to break the wall for you?
You don't have to. Just give me if you give me you got to give me the idea, and then I can say it. If you give me the idea, I'll say it. But you could say it too, whatever.
So what do you want? So what do you want the world to know about your brand, pretty much, since you're here in the crossroads of the world?
I want the most thing that I want to get out there is that I have a huge penis.
Okay, so
Everything else is secondary.
So how are you going to have your brand reach the world in 2020?
That's the question. That's the predominant question. But I've thought about there's a lot of good things going on in Russia right now with like what they're doing in the whole Ukraine situation. It's amazing.
Okay, yeah.
A lot of bombing.
So how do you feel about the Palestine-Hamas situation? Like, how would you defuse that situation?
That one I can't talk on
Can't talk about that one?
because we know the Jews control the media.
So with that,
This is it right here, by the way, guys. You walk in here, you bring the girl like right in the lobby over here. Yeah, dude, it's perfect, bro. I've solved a lot of problems that way. You have a lot of fights with people, you just bring them over here. But anyway, we're going to bring up our good friend who just loves stimulants.
Yeah.